Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Philip again. Yeah. In today's video, we're not having a live stream video right now, or this is just a recording video. Still, we'll be talking about psychology related subjects or topics. And in today's video, um, we'll proceed with another subject. In our previous video, I started a discussion about social psychology. Though unfortunately, um I had a live stream video, but the internet connection was that not that good. And when I reviewed the live stream, um, yeah, I was not able to appreciate it. That's why I decided that right now I'll just be recording then upload this video. Okay, now in today's video, we're talking about psychological assessment. So we'll start the discussion about psychological assessment. Okay, and as mentioned, when I started the discussion about social psychology, I mentioned that social psychology is one of the important topics right after introduction to psychology because it helps people and it helps you and it helps the individual understand oneself before helping another individuals. And this time, psychological assessment, I believe, is one of the important subjects that you need to learn together with social psychology and right after introduction to psychology. In school curriculum, usually psychological assessment, you're going to take this one on the later part. Hey, but this is just my personal opinion regarding psychological assessment. Because in psychological assessment, you will be introduced to different ways how you are going to evaluate. Okay. And these ways are simply the research methods that you can employ in conducting research, in doing psychological assessment or evaluation with your clients. Okay. So that's why, in my personal opinion, this is important subject. Okay, so let's proceed. So I'm going to share. By the way, before we proceed, please do like, share this video, and of course subscribe. So I'm going to share now to you my PowerPoint about psychological assessment. So in this video, we'll just be simply talking about the introduction. Okay, the definition. So what is psychological assessment? Okay, so psychological testing and assessment. So this is the complete description of the subject, and I'm using my PowerPoint, the one I used when I was still connected in the university teaching psychological assessment, testing and assessment. But before it became psychological testing and assessment, it was just simply psychological testing. Okay, and good thing right now they integrated the two. And in our next video, we'll be talking about the difference between testing and assessment. There are several reasons why these two terms are totally different. Okay, so in today's video, we'll just have a short introduction defining psychological assessment. Okay, so here it is. What is psychological assessment? Okay, psychological assessment is the gathering and integration of psychology-related data for the purpose of making a psychological evaluation that is accomplished through the use of tools such as tests, interviews, case studies, behavioral observation, and specially designed apparatuses and measurement procedures. Okay? It's a simple definition, very easy to understand, but let's uh, try to dissect uh, the entire definition so that we'll be able to understand. Okay, so the gathering, the phrase the gathering and integration. So this is the important one of the most important thing in doing psychological assessment or assessing individuals, your clients, organizations, or whatever things that you need assess. Okay, it's the gathering and integration. Do not forget that one. So basically, you're going to gather psychology related data, any psychology related data that you need to do, that you need in order for you to evaluate something or someone. And the important thing here is that after gathering, you'll be able to integrate. Take note of the integration, meaning coming from different sources of data, coming from different kinds of, or having different kinds of data. What you're going to do as a psychology practitioner, you're going to come up with one description or analysis because you gather data from different sources and then assemble it as one. Just like a puzzle. You're having different pieces and then integrate, make it as one. So that when you're going to present the puzzle, other people eventually will see the entire puzzle. No? So this is my way of analogy. Usually, this is the analogy that I'm going to give to my students. You're like the assembler. You're going to collect puzzle solver. You're going to collect data, the pieces of information, the parts, and then you assemble it, and then you present. That's the output is your report, the finished product. So you report, and you report. By the time we read your report, we will be able to picture out the description or the assessment as a whole, not as individual pieces. So in this part, this is where most of the students have difficulty, or I would say most of us, including psychology practitioners, psychometricians, have difficulty in the integration. So after collecting data, mostly when they present the result, they present it in a way that are compartmentalized, meaning like they have this output or analysis for this particular data, different analysis for this particular data, different analysis for this particular data. Okay. So you are not, in that sense, you are not able to integrate the information. What we are looking for in psychological assessment is that these data, these individual results get to have one result or assessment or evaluation. And take note, another important phrase that you're going to remember is that for the purpose of making psychological evaluation. Remember evaluation. We are not here, as I've mentioned in our previous video, we are not here to judge. We are not here to make judgments towards something or someone. What we are looking for here is just simply evaluation. We are evaluating something. Evaluation. Because evaluation leads towards the control and modification. Okay. As mentioned also, especially in our introduction to psychology, our goal, we don't just simply stop in the explanation and prediction. Our goal is to control. So basically, you get to explain through your assessment results, then eventually you get to modify. If you're assessing an individual manifesting undesirable behaviors, the goal is not to name what disorder the person has. And I tell you, Psychologists don't do that one. The psychological disorders, the DSM is just there for us as a guide so that we know and we get to understand the issue of the person and eventually address that issue. Okay? We're not studying those disorders for us to use them and name the person. We use it as our reference only. Okay? Again, our goal, our purpose of the evaluation is to address, to control whatever is the result of the evaluation. And then, of course, lastly, accomplish through the use of different tools. We have several tools: tests, psychological tests, interviews, case studies, observation, and other specialized tools or equipments the design for evaluation. So you have to remember. So as you can see, initially, based on the definition, you get to have a simple understanding regarding the difference between test and assessment. Also, test is just simply part of the assessment. When you're asking the person to answer psychological test, you are just simply giving psychological test. You may be able to come up with a result or an evaluation, but I believe it's not yet complete. Okay? You may be able to explain what the instrument is measuring about, but that will not define the entirety of the person you are evaluating or of the organization you are evaluating. That's why you need to employ other instruments. You may conduct interviews, so to support, that is why you have to integrate. You may conduct behavioral observation, you may conduct case studies, and other methods or tools that you can use. Now, the important thing here in psychological assessment, when you become psychometrician, this is what I always tell to my student, that in doing psychological assessment, the most important thing here is your common sense. Because if you cannot use your common sense, you cannot have a proper evaluation. Why? Because usually when we do assessment, we need to answer specific question. What's the issue? And that question, with your common sense, tells you what you need to do and what tools you need to use. Okay? For example, let's put it in a perspective in the case like in organizational psychology. For example, human resource in particular, is a department manager, for example, approach you, tells you like, I'm looking for a candidate or an employee who is trustworthy, um, knows how to manage finances, less supervision, has initiative, has an average IQ. Okay, so on and so forth. So, for example, we have these five qualities that department manager is looking for. So basically, those five tells you or give you an idea what you need to do. Okay. Oh. looking for a high IQ or average IQ. So what you're going to do? What tools you're going to make? And then most likely, that tells you you need to conduct IQ test. The manager is looking for less supervision. Then going to look for an instrument that will measure that characteristic. Or you may conduct interview and ask the candidate to provide situations wherein he or she was able to manifest that kind of characteristics. So again, as I've said, psychological assessment, your common sense is very important. That will help you achieve the goals that you need to do. Okay? So in this video, we'll just stop here. This is just simply an introduction about psychological testing and assessment. And in the upcoming videos, we'll proceed. We've started the social psychology. We'll proceed also on that. We'll have videos about social psychology. And then in the psychological assessment, we'll have videos as well as continuation. Then probably we'll start another subject, statistics or personality psychology. Okay, so thank you very much. And if you reach this part of this video, please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel so that others may learn as well. Thank you very much and have a good day.